Hello, how's it going?
It's not bad.
All right. Did he give us any points of that last game?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I guess I could take this opportunity to indicate that I spent most of my money on a motorcycle. You don't happen to remember what motorcycle that was, do you?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Yeah, there it is. The Harlan Dawson. Harlan Dawson. All right. Done deal. Everybody with a flaming guitar needs a Harlan Dawson motorcycle. Yep. That guy. There we go. Hello, how's it going?
Howdy, what's happening?
Well, can't complain. Oh, wait a minute. I was looking right at it. No, I'm digging through this Cyberpunk book. Can never find what I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. There's right, bikes. Got it. I figure we've been out there doing stuff. Ought to live it up and take our lifestyle up a notch. Go from kibble to vendor food.
I got you.
I haven't really been keeping track of it, but it's just the principle of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been sleeping in your car, but the rest of us have been in cargo containers.
Yeah.
Studio apartment. There we go. Moving up in the world.
Moving on up.
Hello, how's it going?
Hello, going along. What's up for today?
On Cyberpunk, it looks like.
I realized that I have not been here for a single Cyberpunk game. Not for the full one.
I'm just going through. Haven't really done anything with equipment in a while. I know that I spent just about everything I had on a motorcycle. Got style. Well, if he found a spectacularly glowing hat, he'd spend his last Eurobuck on it. Well, how have things been in your worlds?
Has been desperately busy this week. That's why I was absent Thursday, so apologizes for that.
I haven't been streaming the thing on Thursday anyway. I'm just doing the jumps and then going to bed. So
I got you.
Can you give me a synopsis of what's been going on in the Cyberpunk game?
We rescued Jammer last game. Our net runner.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that Jammer found out by somebody and ran, and we had to locate them and then had an interesting fight. Our fights kind of get down to the wire, with this group of characters. But it turns out that Jammer is completely paralyzed, totally dependent on a life-supporting chair, essentially a mobile wheelchair. And Jammer is a she.
Ah,
so
that would make it difficult to run.
Well, Jammer ran like hell.
Yeah,
with the chair.
Yeah.
So, when
howdy, Pegg.
Stephen there was just asking for a synopsis of what he missed.
Oh, we got you.
Actually, the last game was. Yeah, you're right. No, didn't the last game we go after Chris's car?
We did
That was at the
we did
beginning.
both. We did both last game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we had Neff, there posing as a buyer to try to call him out, and hell, I'll give you the car if you can get into it. And then he got into it. It's a key, so don't tell them that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gangers of their word. They said if he could get in it and start it, he could take it.
Which impressed 3D. So there's a very serious possibility he'll go back to those guys because they keep the word.
Ready. Over there. Alrighty.
I have a hard time finding things in this Cyberpunk manual. I was just commenting to that the guys going through, and at some point I bought this motorcycle. Great. So, how much and where and what? Okay. Big enough you find it, but Jesus. I guess I've gotten spoiled by not having to do this anymore. Everything you need is right there at your beck and call at a search function.
Yeah, I think I even had to go look in the index of the physical copy just to find the stats for it. Because if you just type in bike, it'll give you the cost, but it won't this is what it can do and the armor.
Hey, there we go. I found something. Looking at equipment. I've been carrying around the same stuff since the beginning, which is not a problem really. It's worked out well. Not about the rest of these guys, but I'm getting out of the cargo container.
There you go.
You're gonna get into a studio apartment and vendor food. That's
stepping up.
That's stepping up, apparently. Yeah.
No more kibble for 3D.
That's right.
What happened?
I don't know what I do with my copy of the book. We all got PDFs of it. Don't know where I put it.
Yeah, I get a local copy I'm going off of. So I think Peg, you shared that initially, did you not?
Yeah, there's a little on the menu where you can click between the chat and the journal. There's a little info button that says compendium. And
yeah, I knew it was in there somewhere. Yeah.
You just type whatever you're looking up, and it'll pull it up for you from the manual.
I got you.
Here we go. Okay.
Oh.
I was looking at my upgrade options for the melee weapon, which proved to be as surprisingly effective for what it was. So okay, they've got the spiked bat, which counts as a heavy melee weapon. Okay, great. So what's up from that? Chainsaw, oh boy. Sledgehammer, oh boy. Helicopter blades, what the hell?
Yeah, they'll it's junk. They're gonna put it to use.
Yeah, Naginata.
Pretty much.
What that is. Yeah. So I think he can't handle that. It actually says, you need some sort of cybernetic strength, something or other. So yeah.
Yeah, for some melee weapons, you're kind of at the mercy if you can get cyber arms.
Oh, so SMGs count as a handgun skill, huh? Because
yeah, even heavy SMGs are under handgun. So I think how they did it was just if it's kind of like something small or not a large caliber, it's a handgun. Anything bigger that requires to be pressed against your shoulder for support is the shoulder arm.
Fire little gun, fire big gun. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what's the? Oh, I see. Okay, there's an auto fire. That's the difference, right?
And the difference between the SMG and the heavy SMGs, one extra dice for damage.
And the regular SMGs can be concealed. So
that too, which is
not enough,
because you can get a cybernetic upgrade where you can actually have a submachine gun hidden in your arm and it pops out.
Good evening.
How goes?
Why would you want a shotgun embedded if it just falls right out?
I think it just falls right out. I think it just pop up and you control it.
Oh, it pops. I thought you said it pops out like it just falls on the ground.
No, it just like there's a gun.
High quality version or the generic knockoff.
That man's got a gun in his arm. Because I think.
What are you doing, buddy?
I guess.
Now, do you have a new Patreon account I should know about?
No, that's the guy whose maps I use. Solution maps. That's all. Just about the majority of the maps that I use in this game are from him. And
does he look suspiciously like you, but with sunglasses on the site?
Not at all. Yeah, it's called a pop-up heavy SMG. That's the cybernetic. But he for when it came to looking up for Cyberpunk maps, he had the biggest. I would say he definitely had the biggest amount in all forms. You could get it in normal, higher HD, and even animated. But to do animated maps, to upload them to Roll20 required way too much work. Let's see. Go to our start screen. So last left off, revelations about who Jammer was, her relationship to Max, and the fact that she is very much, Jammer is a paraplegic and has a very high-tech, basically crab chair to get around. So after a pretty one-sided firefight and some definitely machismo from 3D, you are able to rescue her, secure her, and basically get her back to Max. So you've definitely earned respect from Max. And some time has passed since this incident where you get a call from Max to, of course, meet at the club. So everyone hops up in their, proverbial rides. I'll meet up at the club to meet Max. And you notice that up here in the corner that Spyglass is with them. Spyglass, of course, being the media man that you gave the leaked data about Militech, and of course a few of the other corpos, and he pretty much got burn noticed. He was fired, and the guy that did it, the Edge, we found out was the son of a very big Militech corpo, and you essentially rescued him. So Spyglass is there because he has some information. So apparently everything that the Edge kept, those documents that he tried to leak because he's trying to sell them. Okay, Cat. Excuse me, Cat. No, I need to look at this.
The hell are you saying?
I just want to look at the screen, Pandora. Jesus. Like when I try to move, it's like lock. Okay.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, to
This is
distract.
not
There
the
you go.
data.
I'm sorry.
This is not the data you're looking for.
Yeah. Not today, Cat. Not today. Try to pull everything down, lose my monitor. Okay. Anyhow, so all that drama aside, we never ever kind of heard the end of the about the documents that were leaked. You never really heard much about the other corpos that were in this huge pile of documents. And that included a little bit of Airsock, a little bit of Miltech, and of the corpo that makes fuel. They're making radiated fuel right now. The Spyglass has found out that the Edge's everything that he kept is still at one of Media 54's little local studios. It's still there on a server. And all y'all have to do is go in, break into the server, get the files, bring it back to him, and he can just put it out there for everyone.
Simple as that, huh?
That's simple. Yeah, Biotechnia. That's what it was. Biotechnia. So, of course, Max is a bit hesitant about this because Jammer's still kind of in recovery mode. You're going against a corporation, and this is the same corporation that kind of landed to almost everyone getting burn noticed and found out. And you're dealing with Arasaka in a few of these situations, which kind of has him a bit worried. So Spyglass basically tells you that at this facility, You have a main entrance. There are armed guards there. You have a main entrance. You have the newsroom. You had a few work desks, and then you had through another kind of atrium area, you had the server area, and that's where everything's being kept is in the server room. So you can go in loud through the front door and just raise hell, or he says that there's actually an entrance from the broadcast tower that's attached to the building. Go up top, hack into the door, ride an elevator all the way down, and that pops up in the server room. Just need to get a friend who has a flying car.
Well, I think we know people who have flying cars, and perhaps one of us has access to one. Looks over at get my names right. Mr. Wig. But the only other folks I know that have flying cars that might even speak to us are the Militech guy, the son we saved. Well, that guy, yeah, that's Dad. You know, I don't know that he would be interested, given that what we're trying to do.
I have a company car. We'd have to be careful with it and make sure it doesn't get too scratched up.
Okay.
We want to do this, inconspicuous. Like we might want to get an outside source.
Well, do you know an outside source? And can we afford an outside source?
I think we can afford a lot.
Looks over at Max. Is that true? What's our budget on this?
You kind of see Max kind of look up. Oh, what? Oh, well, if necessity being getting a flying car, I'm sure I can fork over some money to have acquired one. It won't be top model. As long as it can fly and do what is necessary, that is all you need. So if you find seller that's where it won't come back to you.
And then there's the whole too good to be true thing. Well, if that turns out to be the case, we probably don't all want to try to go in through this antenna tower access. Probably want to have some folks on the ground to raise a ruckus at the front door in case things go south, with the other operation, right? So that means we need somebody who can hack the door. So that is kind of getting all these names. That's a good practice roll, but okay. Yeah, don't waste all your high rolls.
Is that the skill I need?
To break into the door, yes, but we're not at that point yet.
So the flying car thing, assuming we can get a rental, we also need somebody who can pilot it.
Well, I'm sure Sid has a license for that.
Does Sid know how to drive a flying car? The flying cars we have all demanded, where are our flying cars?
Hey, these things practically fly themselves these days.
That's probably true. But they also, if you depend on the autopilot is going to say terrain obstruction. We're not going near the antenna tower. So, yeah. Okay. So we'll see about that.
Sparky.
So who wants to be on the ground team watching the front door? Ready to pounce into action in case necessary. That actually sounds like this Andrew thing. Make
like
noise.
I can certainly cause a ruckus.
All right. And who's hanging out with Andrew?
Well, he'll need someone to plug holes in him.
He always does. Yes. Okay. Xander Jane on the ground. And everybody else up top. Is it possible for us to scope this place out first? Kind of get an idea of who goes in and out and maybe judge whether there are more people in there than we think there are?
Absolutely. So Spyglass, of course, gives y'all the address for finding this place. So you can go. So if that's what everyone wants to do first, so bring you to the outside. So if you scroll over to the left, down here, so when you zoom in, you have a front door, kind of a little hidey hole area. So from where you park, when you scroll up, there's a main entrance just above, right there. And getting blueprints of this wouldn't be hard to get. So as Spyglass said, you have your kind of front area, you have your kind of a little welcome area, the actual newsroom, which is this. So this newsroom is completely enclosed. It's its own area. From the main entrance here, you go up, you kind of have this little desk area, and there's actually another entrance right here. It's that little atrium, Spyglass was saying, and you can barely see it, but there's a door here, and you shift over. That's your server room. That's the elevator to the tower. And down here's at the bottom of that server room, it connects to your actual control room for running the nightly Night City News, which is right here, which has a very heavily encrypted door that leads outside. So technically there are 3 entrances, one through the tower, one through ground level, one if you're lucky. So y'all can look, talk amongst yourself, strategize.
So visibility on the tower. How tall is it? How likely is somebody on the ground or around to notice, hey, there's a flying car that just pulled up to this tower?
So this tower is actually very high up. And no one really, when it comes to flying vehicles and where they stop, no one really pays much mind, because if you can afford a flying vehicle, you can do what you want. It's not my business.
Okay.
Because most people that have flying cars are corporate elite, just about all the corpos, police, trauma team, and any, someone wants up there, they can go up there.
So a typical setup here would be this elevator goes up, probably not to the top of the tower, but to some point, either just on the roof or at some point along the tower. Then there are ladders up. So how is the layout for in this case? Is there a place that the car can land? Or are we just going to have to hover and depend on the skill of the pilot?
Well, here, I can show you. Sparky has drones. He has camera drones. He could probably send one up there.
Ah.
So there's enough for, to the right. You'll actually see there is kind of a landing pad-esque right there for a car.
Yeah.
Of course, all the stuff for the tower to work. And that's the door to the elevator.
So could just kind of landish on the roof, hit the door to the elevator, and don't have to actually worry about the tower proper.
Yeah.
Okay. Cameras. What sort of surveillance do they have up there?
So there is one camera, and it mainly watches the actual elevator.
So is that something that Sparky can handle?
With
The skill that he
electronic
demonstrated.
security tech, yeah, that
All
would
right.
take care of it.
Okay.
Right.
So
Let me
lots
know.
riding on Sparky on this one. Not yet. You're really eager to roll stuff, but yeah, we're not even there yet. All right. So, any questions from the rest of the group? Plant the car up top. Maybe leave a couple folks to keep an eye on it, or just let them go. But I don't like that. I'd rather it stay and help us give us a way out in a hurry, and then go down there and do the thing. Does anybody know how to actually work with a computer? I mean, I could.
I think
plug in a
everybody's
ju-
probably got basic knowledge, but
Sure, but what if it's something crazy? It's called jammer or something. Guess we'll find out when we get there.
Computers? Yeah, I've seen those.
Right. All right.
yeah,
So
one of those brings my coffee. Yeah.
so we have something like a plan. What's the worst that can happen? As usual.
Somebody tells me to make something go boom.
Yeah, you're definitely on the ground team.
Yeah. That way I bring the roof to me.
Exactly. So, all right. All you have left to do is get something that can go up there. Now, you have flying cars. There are helicopters still.
Noisy. Loud.
Yeah, there are some actual bladed helicopters, as well as the they have some things that are you kind of have blimps that fly through occasionally, kind of like in Blade Runner. They have the ads playing, and of course the big mega transports like the one you guys rode in with Militech, the Manticore. There's
Noisy
a
and
lot,
loud.
yeah, very noisy and loud. So the car seems to be the best bet, and it's a very costly one too.
It's on max.
So if you wish to do it through an actual vendor or someone on the street, those are kind of your options.
Vendor is traceable. Someone on the street is less traceable. So let's find somebody on the street.
You do have a lead on that. Some people who try to take
Mm-hmm. Yep.
the car
Actually, we
originally.
do.
Take Xander's car.
Well, we talked about going back to those guys, so let's go talk to them.
All right. Get the Xander mobile.
We may not want to. Okay. That's insult to injury right there. Here's the car that we tricked you out of. And,
Yeah.
by the way, we want another car.
Yeah, we'll park down the street and let you guys go in. Yeah.
All right.
Boop, boop.
How about trick them out of? Because, I mean, they know they stole it. So how much of a right do they feel they had towards it intrinsically?
Well, they felt they had every right. They're thugs, right? So, yeah. But you morally, no, they didn't.
So this group is an up and coming crew and territory that if they're ever caught doing this, they're going to get murdered. So they kind of they're hardcore. But they're honorable. They made a deal saying if one of them could get in Xander's car and start it, they could keep it, no charge. So they're still in the same warehouse, so don't out near Pacifica, so it doesn't take long to find them.
So same procedure as last time. Just walk up to the door and knock.
So when you knock on it, yeah, the door actually opens.
Hey, y'all still here? Good deal. I told you we'd be back with more business.
The ganger you dealt with, he kind of hops down and he goes, "So you said I didn't believe you would actually follow through. What can I do?"
Well, you followed through. You deserve some more business. Well, what we're looking for, again, something very specific. We need a flying vehicle.
So when you say that, he kind of, loses color a bit. He's like, "Well, those are kind of hard to come by."
They don't
tell
spend
you
a lot
right.
of time on the ground. That's true.
Yeah. And it's like, he goes, "Well, I got one. However, you can't really fly it anymore." And he points to the side, and they're currently ripping it apart.
Mm. Yeah, that's a problem. Like the other deal, we're kind of looking for something that we can, fly out of here with.
He goes, "Yeah, well, I do have another and he points under. You actually see on the map, it's kind of under, it's half hidden. But you can see the power cells that would give it flight kind of up to the top of the map. He goes, I got one intact, one in pieces. Like, I'm assuming you want the one that's intact.
If
Is
it works, sure.
Is the intact one a flying taxi cab that has a slight dent in the roof?
Just a small dent. We knocked that one out. Gave it a new paint job. It's yellow primer. He goes, of course it works. If one of you would like to try.
Looks over at Sid, and hopefully, who does have that skill.
Which I can tell you where that's
It's
at.
It's a control
That's
skill, right?
Yes. Yeah, the pilot air vehicle. If anyone wants to give it the good old college try.
Sparky can fly.
Okay. Well, I'll be. Well, you don't actually have any skill in it. But okay.
Yeah. But so everyone just sees Sparky walk over there and lifts the door up, gets in. You know, the guy hands him the key to start it and turns it on. It's anyone that's ever heard it's a very odd sound because it's not like an actual car engine. It's, heating up and kind of starts to start flowing air beneath it. Lift off and Sparky's flipping stuff and the thing actually goes vertical and donk, donk, donk.
There's a thing. You gotta pull it out, man.
So the guy goes, whoa, 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 flip that switch. Flips it and kind of comes back down and settles. He goes, you got to come out, then up. And he turns around to everyone else and goes, see, it works. And it's like, however, this one I want credits for.
Well, what sort of credits are you talking about?
Well, let's see. This is quite an exotic vehicle, very rare.
Oh, we're starting
Noticeable.
that again.
I calls it how it sees it. They are. It's a very rare exotic car.
If you look up, you see them flying around all day. Now, that car from the other day, that was rare and exotic. You don't see many of those at all.
That's true, but how many people like with our status have one of these? It is
How many
exotic
people
to
our
us.
status has one of those? I mean, it took someone with Mr. Wiggs resources to be able to afford a vehicle like that. So, well, let's see what your offer is.
Well, it is used. It is damaged, but you also damaged it too, so we'll negate that.
A little bit more damage.
These normally run, 150,000. I'll knock off the 50K and just make it 100,000 even. Got the keys right there. Oh, nice. No questions asked.
That actually seems reasonable to the 3D, considering he spent $25,000 for a new motorcycle. But he's wondering, didn't say it out loud, but he's wondering, that actually seems too reasonable. Maybe this guy wants to get rid of it. All right, well, but you can't play that. 100,000 credits for an old beat-up flying taxi cab. But I'll give you credit. You didn't try to paint this one red.
Somebody pushes a bucket of red paint to the side.
Just with their foot, just look, I can paint it whatever color you want it to. I'll throw that in for free.
So, how clean is it? And you know what I mean by clean.
Clean as a baby's ass.
That's not what I meant by clean. You're chopping that one up over there to make it clean because the parts are harder to trace, right? That's why you don't like to deal with intact vehicles. And I understand that.
he kind of leans against the little work table, goes, "Listen, we're businessmen here. Some people just want the parts, and we're willing to provide that service of giving you parts. Some people want the intact vehicle." He points around. There are several intact vehicles there. He goes, "We will provide that also. These are a rarity," pointing to the flying cars. Like, most of my clientele just wants the parts. You actually want the intact vehicle. So I'm
I
willing
tell
to
you,
sell.
let's. I have my concerns about what'll happen when we drive this thing off the lot, as it were. So let's do 50,000. You see the roll?
Yeah, I did.
Let's do 50,000. And it's a promise of future credit because you're a good businessman. You keep your word. I respect that.
When you say that, he kind of goes, "Well, you are the only people that would come in here to actually buy it. I wouldn't want to cheat you, but you are a recurring customer. I'm willing to drop it down to 50,000 since you are interested in it, and sure, why not?"
No, thank you so much. And then turns around. We got to keep our appearances here to Mr. Wig. Mr. Wig, is that an acceptable proposition for you?
Yeah. Whatever.
He just throws money at him. Here, take it. Okay. Well, it's a deal.
So you now have basically a luxury flying vehicle that you paid half price for. You got it for a steal. So now, who's in? You have room for 4 in this flying car. Who's ground team? Who's tower team?
Sparky for sure, tower team.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else want to be tower team?
I figure I'm still in the bottom. So.
Yeah, you and Jane on ground.
Well, if Jane and Xander are on ground, I don't think Ludwig would want Sid to go with the air team. So he'll go
Okay.
with Damone and Sparky up in air. Is that the plan?
And then if you're going, Sid's going. So there's our team.
Does anybody have better than an 8 to fly this thing?
Now, mine's 7 and Sid's at 6.
Yeah, mine would be worse. So this is going to be entertaining.
Yeah. If anyone has better than that, you're.
Hey, Sparky, have you spent any of your points yet? You might spend some time practicing to fly this thing.
Yeah.
Sparky doesn't have any points to spend. He hasn't been a full game yet. I don't think so.
No, I've given y'all improvement points because I'm doing it episodic.
Well, you can look that up and be digging at it. Hopefully, the roll itself won't be here for a bit. It's pretty cheap to get like 2 points in a skill.
So how many points do I have to spend?
It was 160 for the so far.
Mm-hmm.
And improvement points. No, it's not. Improvement points. There's a scale that increases as you're trying to level up.
Right.
So the cost becomes exponential. You have to. There's a table for it somewhere in the dungeon that is the manual. But anyway, yeah, cool. We have the vehicle, and hopefully we can find a place to park it where it doesn't get stolen. That'd be nice. And then go back and tell Max, hey, it only costs 50,000. Go team.
We did it! Yay!
Okay, yeah, that's it, right? Game adventure over. We're going home now. Oh wait, there's more. Okay.
I'm just putting everyone in their appropriate place. So Jane and Xander are on the ground as team oh shit. And everyone else goes up top. Okay, so that's how we'll play it out. So if Steven's good to go.
You give me 1 second to.
All right, we'll start off this way. So Xander and Jane, you pull up down below. That's where you're hanging out by the hot dog guy.
Mm-hmm.
Just hanging out, shooting the shit. Part.
I got 2 points in it.
All righty. So go ahead and give me a Jesus Christ. A roll to drive it and a roll to, let's see. We'll just do, just pilot, a good pilot roll. We'll see how you land. Okay. So you're able to fly up there and land. It's for everyone else riding, it's terrifying. You are like, whoa. That Sparky's able to land it. So we'll go up top. So you are to the right over here. So, like I said, the camera mainly watches the door over here.
So where is the camera located?
It's a bit high. It's over here attached off this little apparatus. You could easily shoot it or cover it with something.
You got drones, don't you, Sparky? How do you want to handle that camera over there? Take a tarp up to it? You want to climb up to it?
Can somebody shoot it?
Is there any way we can disable it where it doesn't look obvious?
Yes.
Because do we want people to know we were here after we've left?
Or know
That
before
would
you
be
even get in
ideal.
the elevator that, hey, something messed up the camera up top.
Yes.
Can we take a picture of the door it's looking at, print it out on a Polaroid, get some clothespins, put it up in front of the camera?
Everyone
course,
goes,
you know,
what's a Polaroid?
Of course, we make a critical, fail on that and end up putting up a postcard of Tahiti, out there.
I hear it's a magical place.
It is.
Hey, Dale, check up top on the tower. Yeah. It says greetings from Tahiti on the camera. That's a glitch.
It always does that. We're not sure why.
Now, I will note these are actually tall enough you can hide behind them if necessary.
Well, I think let's approach the camera. And how difficult is it to climb up there for Sparky? Because Sparky's the only one that needs to. And try to finagle the thing.
So
I'm gonna fabricate something to go in front of the camera. I've got that skill. And then body would be climbing. Athletics.
So athletics to get to the camera, and your electronic security tech would also be able to disable, or depending on how high you roll, to do some funny business with it.
All right. Let's do a athletics score.
Yeah, that's good. So it's a bit scary because you got to think it's windy up here, even footing, and you see Sparky kind of, jumps to it, and he's able to grab on and hook on, so he's secured.
Sparky looks down and sees the three of us holding up, like 5.8, 5.9. Yeah.
I do like how he blurred out the the bottom to at the vertigo effect.
Yeah, that is nice. I like that. Yeah.
All right, so
Look down.
go ahead and Sparky, go ahead and do an electronic security tech roll. Well,
No. He's convinced he has it fixed.
so
It's working great. Yeah.
So Sparky,
The light turned red. That's good, right?
yeah, you know something changes. You're messing with it. It kind of sparks for a second, lights back up. You think you put it on a loop. All right. Okay. And you see Sparky unhook and kind of jump back over. It's like, okay, it's done.
All right. Well,
Now
let's
for the
go over
door.
to the elevator. Yeah. Go up to the door, man. Do your thing.
There's some
You're our
smoke coming out of
100th rider.
So what does the 16 do to the door?
So you were actually able to kind of jerry-rig your way into the door and call the elevator up.
Bing, bing.
And after some time of waiting, there's the door. No one's in the elevator. It's empty.
Did you know the elevators that go bing, they bing once when they're going up and they bing twice when they're going down?
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's for blind people.
Elevator go down the hole.
Move everyone appropriately. All right. 2 more. So, you call up to the ground team, go, hey, we made it in. We're riding down the elevator. And you arrive just, I need to move you over there. So you were over to the right. Yep. So you that's where the elevator drops off, and you are here. And you quickly notice there's a guy there. He has not noticed you yet.
Is this a nice, loud equipment room?
This is a
Cooling
Yeah,
fans?
think
and
of
all
an
that
IT
stuff?
room. Yeah,
There
those
you
are
go.
towers he's working on, and he's working on them.
So where are we going exactly? Where is this computer?
So this is, if you remember from Spyglass's brief, this is where they have it. This is your server room area. One of these desks has all those documents that the Edge kind of illegally seized from Spyglass, and Media 54 kind of just kept it under wraps, kind of as a bargaining chip.
Mm-hmm.
So at one of these, so there's technically 4 desks. One of these 4 desks will have that paperwork.
Okay. Let's see. So there we go. The 3D motions others to go get the goods real quick, and walks up behind our intrepid technician, and standing a good ways back, just kind of taps him on the shoulder, and then he turns around,
So when you do that,
holding the submachine gun up.
so he kind of just does this and goes, "I'm just the IT guy."
It's okay. It's all right, buddy. You're fine. You're fine. Just stand there, be quiet. This will be over real quick.
So he kind of moves away from the tower, kind of into the corner.
Get in the elevator. We gotta keep an eye on you.
He goes, "Oh, okay." So he
And I'll go in there
heads
with
over
him.
there.
I'm gonna
Okay.
make sure that he doesn't hit any buttons. So how long you been working here? Just 3 days. Gonna strike up a conversation. Just try to be pleasant.
So how it works when he goes in there, you see him kind of go for that board. You
Hey, come on.
you push
Come
him
on.
back, and you're kind of stand there with your foot holding the door open, leaning against it, gun at him, and he asks that question. And he kind of just goes, I'm new here."
New? Well, okay. Where'd you work before this?
He goes, "I worked at a different studio on the other side of Night City."
Were you involved in that, that crazy business? It was on the news last week, and, trying to remember what it was all about, some crazy guy in a building and a thing. You remember, don't you?
He goes, I don't really get to watch the news, but the guy that worked here, he disappeared, so I'm kind of taking over.
No, wait, back up. What do you mean he disappeared? What happened to him?
No one knows. Bad gambling debts, robbed, I don't know. But he didn't show up for work for the past week.
Oh boy. No, it could be a problem. Well, you know his name?
He's like, oops, I don't know. I kind of kept to myself at my studio, so probably someone else
Yeah.
could tell you.
Well, I don't really want to introduce myself to anybody else right now. So, but that's a good information. Thank you. And look, I'm not even going to look over my shoulder. I'm waiting for them to come back, whatever happens. I need eyes on this guy.
So,
But that is interesting. Very interesting.
so for the other three characters, an electronics or security tech role can let you access one of those computers. There's 4 to choose from.
All right. Sparky over here.
So for Sparky, that first computer, when you get into it, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. That computer is a bust.
All right. The next one.
No. Nice. So that is considered legendary right there. So as you're going through, you're clicking, and you just see it just stands out. It doesn't seem like this was, would be normal for a news network, but it just says dump files. The other computer didn't have that, so you click on it and you find them. It's all the documents you found. They just took the paper ones, scanned them all, burned the original copies, and here's everything digitized what you had. You quickly, hook up what you need to download it. So
Ground memory check.
Yep. So everyone kind of hears Sparky go, found them. So currently, Sparky's downloading everything.
Oh, good. So we'll be out of here shortly. I hope you don't mind an elevator ride. Yeah.
So
We don't see that, though.
the IT guy's like, I don't like heights.
Well, don't worry. We just want to get you up there, so we can keep an eye on you, and then you can come back down all by your lonesome. How's that? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
serious. I get you're just the Joe doing a job. It's no big deal. It's fine.
So let's see. We'll do perception on this. See what count as hearing for 3D.
Perception. Shoot. Okay, we're about
The under awareness tab.
Here we go. Oh, okay. Good luck.
So you actually faintly over the fans hear heavy footsteps, and you hear someone in a very gruff voice going, it's like, you mean to tell me someone saw someone illegally access the elevator on the top of the tower and didn't bother to tell me?
Oh, great. Hey, hey, Bob, do me a favor. And when those get back out of the elevator, stand in front of the door, you're going to be a couple guys that are pretty pissed. Tell them you ain't saw nobody. You're done with your work. You just, tell them you ain't saw nobody and everything's just fine in here. And motion to the others, get in the elevator if you're done.
Okay. So for Sparky, I'm going to make you do an athletics check to see if you can get to that elevator before that guy busts in. Okay. So literally, this is how it goes, as cinematic as it is. So everyone, you kind of usher that guy out. You're prop the door open with your foot. Ludwig and Sid get in first. You kind of get in. You're just kind of holding the open door button. Sparky basically, 100% done load, click, runs into the elevator, hit the floor button as the guy busts in, doors shut. He goes, hey, free.
Good to meet you, Bob. Waving at the doors closed.
So, for the people outside on the ground and in the elevator, you hear an alarm start going off. For the ground team, you kind of get a, going to the roof.
Is it kind of like a klaxon or maybe like a Star Trek Red Alert type alarm? What kind?
I will just say Star Trek Red Alert.
Ooh, oh, flashy. Retro.
No, we don't do a diversion anymore. They already did it.
So basically, Xander gets in his car with the chili dog, and Jen gets in. They just kind of peel off and meet you at the rendezvous point.
Mhm.
Okay, so
I hope you got me a chili dog.
I need to position y'all appropriately. So y'all hop out over here. We'll do. How far are y'all from that?
Now, are
Okay.
either of these AC units low enough to do a hood slide across?
On the actual vent part, you could, but you're going to hit that little, rebar with, that strut that's holding it on there. So if you had
I'll
a
say
narrow
maybe.
ass,
Okay.
Sparky's going to disable the elevator if you can.
Yeah,
do
Don't worry about it. Let's just run. It's going to take time for that thing to go back down.
Just set something in the door so it doesn't shut. He'll stay up here.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, if you're gonna do it, you got to do another check.
Want to go?
What you doing?
Okay, so damn, another legendary. So
Wow.
So everyone else do a quick athletics check.
Damn. Okay.
Like we really wanted to do that hood slide.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. So Damone and Ludwig, you. All right. So this is how this is gonna go. So Ludwig and Damone basically do a full sprint. They get to here. Ludwig actually, gets fancy, does some parkour moves, flips, lands.
Hardcore.
Pretty much, Sid gets to here. Sid gets halfway. And everyone kind of, Damone and Ludwig, you look back and Sparky's working on the door.
Hey, come on, man.
And he kind of looks back and thumbs up. Don't worry.
You're driving the damn thing.
Don't worry, they won't get over
We
here.
can't leave it. Oh, my God. Well, I'll start throwing things at Sparky,
He's got the keys. So, okay. So
damn OCD text. Come on, man.
So Sparky and Sid need to make a flex check.
Oh my.
That's bad.
Oh my God.
So when Sparky gets done with the door, he's kind of running along, and Sid kind of goes and trips, and he falls, kind of hits against this AC unit. You kind of just hear a.
He tried to do what Ludwig did.
Yeah. All right. So I'll need another. I need another athletics check. Okay, that's better.
I mean, 8 minus 9. That's just epic.
Yes.
That is okay.
He started floating up into the sky, just kept going.
So you see Sid kind of pick himself up and just go, oh. He kind of limps over. Sparky gets to about here when all of a sudden you hear it. And then you see it. A police cruiser is pulling up. A flying one.
It's just waving to Sparky. Come on, let's go.
Give me one more, Sparky. All right. So everyone at this point has already been in the car this whole time. They've just been waiting on Sparky. And Sparky, you kind of you can't hood slide because you'd fly off the tower. So you get in, you start up, and you know here comes the cruiser. Freeze! Stay where you are. On their
Don't listen to 'em.
loudspeaker. Go ahead and make your drive flying vehicle roll.
In the back seat, Lud's sliding down in the seat so that they don't get his face on camera.
So you look.
I'm thinking of Hot Pursuit. You know, we're doing like the Mr. Magoo version of Air.
Looks
So
like
you
me.
get in.
Oh.
Everyone's already buckled up. Everyone's ready to go. And Sparky's, seatbelts. Everyone, seatbelts.
You're trying to find a good radio station.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's pulling around. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's tuning the radio. It's like, no, I don't like that. Clicking stuff, and the thing is coming. Here it comes.
If I activate my jammer, will that stop the police car from calling anybody?
Let's look up that. I mean, I'm not pulling up jammer.
What you doing, buddy? Oracle's right there in front of the screen now. He's in front and center. He's like, hey, yeah, there's a aerial pursuit. I want to see this. Actually, not an aerial pursuit yet, but
I mean, I would assume that would help prevent him from describing the vehicle, but let me look and see if there's a range on that, or if there's a.
No big deal. Just trying to help get us a little bit of a head start before people know what to look for.
So, he's pulling something off in the back. Yeah. So do another air vehicle real quick.
I don't question it doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing right now. If I were to cut off the Gravitex, how many rolls would I get before we hit the bottom?
Well, let's see. You're not a star scraper. You're kind of up there with some skyscrapers. If you cut off, I'll give you 2 because you are near buildings, as you can see.
I'm thinking that might be the best way for us to get out of there fast, would be to drop. Wish me luck.
Wish you luck. What about us?
Remember when I cut
Well-
off the seatbelts?
whoever pays attention to those signs.
Okay, so I have not started the 2 yet.
Oh,
This is just for you to keel it over. So essentially, you are lifting off. You are even with the cop car. He is shining spotlights. He's still on the loudspeaker. Land the vehicle now and come out with your hands up. And all of a sudden, Sparky kind of looks back at everyone and goes, hang on. And you see him just tilt the wheel all the way over, and you're heading in a dive. And these vehicles have a safety feature to prevent this, so he kills it as soon as he aims downward. And everyone is feeling gravity. Go ahead and make your first roll.
roll on the dice.
Not enough. Roll another one.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Can I spend a force point?
I tell you what it rolls, I'll roll a dice on my end to see what I. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So, the ground team
We're gonna need a new Timmy
is driving along.
and Freddie
Good
and
time.
Sam and
Xander's flipping the radio. All of a sudden, you notice something is rocketing towards you really fast. Do a perception check.
Does Jane recognize the screams?
Xander, you gonna make one? You
Okay.
make a perception check real quick.
Got you. I was just running behind.
Oh, damn. Look at that. You perceive the echoes of the universe.
So Hey, that's the new flying car y'all just bought.
Mhm.
Barreling towards you at a very high rate of speed, and it's not pulling up. So with that high of a roll, you're like, that is going to crash and burn on this street right now.
Yeah.
Because essentially Sparky has not been able to pull it out of the dive. He's basically just kind of brought it up a bit to where he's got a curve, but he's coming in hot.
Right.
Okay. Sparky, give me one more roll.
I'm gonna close my eyes. What did I roll?
You rolled what I was wanting.
Oh,
You had to beat a 21.
Oh, he rolled a 1? Yeah.
He got a 22. So
Sparky has
everyone in this car has basically been doing Hail Marys and everything. The car hasn't really turned on. He's been flying dead stick, and he's kind of like trying to punch the ignition and just kind of just punches it, and everything lights up, which is cool. But here's the ground. So y'all have basically entered a controlled landing, which is also a crash.
Yeah.
And essentially, y'all just go. You kind of line up next to Xander and Jane.
I was about to ask. Yeah. Can I
Exchange
just get out,
looks,
get in his car?
and you keep going. You exceed him, and basically you crash hard. I don't want to do that. Is this gonna be?
any landing you can walk away from.
We haven't determined that yet.
Yeah, let's do. Nah, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do this. Oh, we're gonna do.
How many airbags does this vehicle have?
Has all the airbags.
Y'all all take 16 damage. Does not go against armor. You take it, and y'all are dazed. Let's see. Where do I want to put y'all? Was not expecting this. I'm kind of excited. Like this. Let's see if I can make you a map real quick. Where do I want to put y'all? Y'all want to be in the city center? Nah. What does this one look like? Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll use this one.
I think we got away.
That has yet to be determined.
So everyone in the
Well, unless
taxi.
they're insane, it will take them a minute to get down here.
That's why I was hoping we landed close enough to Xander. We could all just step out and get in his car and drive.
Okay, so let me take. Oh, good night, buddy. I'm looking. They have a kind of like with Pathfinder D&D. They have that difficulty scale. I'm like, okay, you're telling me you're going to do a blind dive off the tower. Okay. I got my number picked. Beat it. Oh, me.
What, a 15 wasn't good enough?
No, this was a heroic level of difficulty. Where's my... Oh, there it is right there. All right, so essentially, you crash the town, and you are all a bit messed up. So Xander and crew, you kind of pull up on the scene. That's funny, but sorry, I'm trying to make this real quick. Everyone's stuff here. Okay, so perfect. Okay, you will have crashed there. Oh, gotta have my fire on this one. Where's my animated fire? I'll make this fancy. Perfect. Get little flames here. Yeah. Okay. So, everyone, you basically took a really bad crash. The individuals that are in the car, let's see. Do a quick. Sound like a good. Yeah, let's just do some athletics checks to sort of escape this car. Okay. So, all right. Everyone but Sparky is able to get out immediately. Sparky's kind of pinned, but you can gladly try and prime out. Some strengthy strengths. Here.
Somebody with a high, I guess, body roll.
Is it salvageable?
No. You've totaled this. It's on fire. You literally tore off one of its cells to essentially fly. It will never touch the sky again. You murdered it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure that'll buff out.
Very let's see. 3 things. Okay. So basically with 2 fresh bodies, you were able to pull Sparky out. Sparky's kind of sad, like leaning against it. No, we can save her. And he kicks it.
Grab
And,
Sparky and yank him back to Xander's car. No time. Go. Cops, flee.
so when he hits that, you everything, it flames up even more. Then you hear on the radio kick on, you hear the song in the moment. You stop because you're like, wait a minute. I know this song. That's me.
Good timing.
So-
Let's go.
So everyone's having this moment. And people are like trying to grab you. You're like, no, this is great airtime. So, the flames up again. It's like, oh, okay. So, everyone's moving to the car. So, Xander, do a perception check because everyone's kind of trying to pile in this car and Jane's kind of once-overing everyone. Good enough. Okay. So, you see out in the distance, approaching from the south, a cruiser. Laren's going, and you kind of go, screw it, everyone in the car.
Yep. Gotta go.
Got a blast. So now I'm gonna do something even funnier.
What fortune, though? Look what we landed next to. It's a taxi place.
I had to. I forgot I had that map pack, to be honest. I'm like, oh yes. Perfect.
See, good. Just proof to show you that Uber didn't last into the future.
Yeah, exactly. We got it right here, folks. You're the first to know.
Thank you for choosing Johnny Cab.
Where is it?
I'm just as good at piloting land vehicles if you want me to drive.
Sit down.
I think everyone says no.
The problem is you're not in your car. That's Sanders' baby. I gotta bring on all right. So basically, Sparky gets in the seat. You one-handed flip him over on top of everyone else in the back. You don't even wait to look. It's
Gun
still
it and
running,
go.
so you gun it. And I get to use this map again. And copy that. Never thought I'd use this map again, but here we are. center this. All right, and let me grab that. So y'all are moving. All right, so
Can't show me this map without background saxophone music. Sorry.
Hmm.
Better.
okay, so y'all are driving. Literally 3 pops up from the back. It's like, turn that up, that's me, that's me. Sander goes to turn it off. No, keep that on. So, does anyone want to make a call to inform Max what has occurred?
Hey, Xander.
I'm
Can you
driving.
drop and sit off at my apartment and get a new pair of pants?
Brown's fashionable on you.
I think it's more red right now, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't tell what fish, shit, or blood. All right, so we're gonna do.
I'll give. I'll make the call since everybody else is indisposed.
Okay. And while you're doing that, Xander, make a perception check. Sweet. So you see him, he's back there. That car's, you're putting some distance between it, but you see it's kind of game.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure it's probably a tunnel or a garage or something I can dive off into.
that's what you're trying to figure
Get
out.
to. Yeah.
So
'Cause if I can get down the alley, he won't be able to make that turn.
okay.
Not at speed.
So you can actually do some maneuvers
Yeah.
while you're driving. So let's look up a good skill for awareness. Roll streetwise. Should be under social.
All right. Yeah, that sucks. Where'd it go? I was just looking at it. Yeah.
So, well, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So you're in your head. You're kind of thinking of every tight spot or tunnel or alley that you could get through that couldn't. And right now, it's just the one. So do another drive check. Okay. Perfect. So there is a to get on the street, you're able to do a sharp turn, try to maneuver. You kind of lose it for a second.
Fish tail.
Yeah, and it comes back. And you're going to attempt. Let's use this guy. But all of a sudden you hear, you actually hear weapons fire coming from this vehicle.
Mm.
And, they miss. We'll just say from that turn, they're kind of shooting mildly right now.
Yeah.
It's an amazing roll. And, if anyone wants to shoot back at it, they can. Making their driving vehicle check.
Well, I rolled it.
Not
Heard it
going to
beep.
shoot at a Night City cop car. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just getting a little lower in the seat.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. You beat him. So he can't ram you, but you can try and get another turn in.
All right.
So basically, you're in your mind, you're thinking of this tunnel. There's one where you might be able to leave him behind, even though he can, if he's smart enough and good enough, he can try and get, beside you. Okay. So you make another sharp turn. You pull ahead. He's all behind. Now, there is a few areas where you're at where you can hide or try and jump off the road and get going. Play some more car chase music. So, whatever you want to do to try and lose them, just let me know and make a roll, and I'll tell you if you did it or not.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what might be the camouflage or whatever. You know, hide it someplace. I know I'm trying another turn, trying to hide it somewhere. Holy shit.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm gonna say happens. So this thing's shooting at you, and you see on the road there, because you're kind of on a little bridge like this, you notice that there's a section of it that they're working on where there is no guardrail, and you can easily jump this sucker. So you successfully are able to take that ramp, Dukes of Hazzard, out over, basically into a parking garage. You're able to spin down out of the parking garage and go the exact opposite direction that this cop car was chasing you, and you're able to lose it.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm got my crit right at the right time. It worked.
Pretty much. So yeah, you lose the cop car, safely driving. The whole time everyone's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm pretty sure 3D throws up in the back.
He does. For everything that you've been through, everything that's happened, you just kind of lean up and go, Xander, that was some really, you kind of just lean out the side.
So I got one in here with sauerkraut.
So successfully lost him. You kind of head back to the club.
Well, that went sideways.
Take the dang banner there too.
Make sure Max knows we're coming.
Yeah. So when y'all get there, Max is kind of slow. Bought the car, destroyed the car, police chase. Did you at least get the documents?
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you think we are?
Everyone looks at Sparky. I
Had
left him
him
in the car.
up.
No. But yeah, everyone kind of sees Sparky produce the memory chip and kind of hands it over to Max. And Max loads it up and he's looking at everything and goes, beautiful, beautiful. It's everything we needed. Spyglass, as you can see, they were able to successfully get the documents back for you. He takes the chip out and he goes to hand it to Spyglass and goes, what do you plan to do with this, Spyglass? And Spyglass kind of looks at him and just goes, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to upload this, make sure that the public knows that Biotechnia is basically putting irradiated fuel into vehicles that will, spread that radiation throughout Night City. This place could become unlivable. People need to know. And everything with Militech and Arasaka, I don't care about. That one was the one I wanted. I wanted people to know about that. That's huge.
It's unlivable now.
And Max kind of looks at him and goes, Night City has always been hard to live in. People won't care. You will put it on the website that no one will look at or no one will be known or told about. If you just wanted to put it out there to put it out there, that's fine. But it won't make change. People like me make change. And he hands the memory chip to Spyglass and goes, "If you want to make real change, we'll talk. But until then, post the documents. I do not care." He kind of sits back in his chair and goes, "Well, friends, I was going to pay you, but since you lost my investment, we'll call it even."
That's fair.
So, I hear someone tried to do aerial assaults with the vehicle. It failed miserably. Good for you. Live life to fullest. Max drinks to bed. He takes a drink and he goes, "Now, other news. Mainly towards Xander. So, I have arranged that the soccer remove the bounty on your head.
Okay.
I don't think Deacon will leave you alone, but there is a chance that he will. I heard that did not go your way.
What body part did they put the bounty on instead?
Just the head."
Yeah, anything else, I can replace it.
Yeah.
He goes, "Now, that was Arasaka. I cannot, that took a lot of bargaining. I cannot promise I can do the same for the local PD. Your car is very unique, so I would keep your head down for a while. As for everyone else, some good news. Jamar has been released from the hospital. She is in a new building.
Secure location.
It's a very secure location, monitored by top people. As for now, until Spyglass there comes up with anything, I would say go recover, lick your wounds. I'll call you if anything comes up. Or you can stay here and drink with me. Makes no difference." And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
All right. Cool. We lived through it.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Does anybody got a level of injury that I need to actually make treatment
do we
rolls
determine
on?
that?
I just did straight damage. No one took a critical injury.
How does that heal?
Straight damage is I think it's 1 point a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't going to be too mean. I basically did the same amount of damage you'd get if you got shot by a rocket launcher, basically.
Ow.
Just did 5d6. There you go. Other than that, yeah, so y'all will heal from that over time, or you use a med pack. But that's the end of tonight's episode.
All right. Cool.
Definitely,
Thank you, Mr. Pegg.
definitely took a 90-degree turn right there. I was not expecting that. That was pretty fun.
So next week, I believe, is E. It's your turn.
Yes.
All right. So that's where we will continue.
All right.
Sounds good.
Good show, guys.
Be well.
All right,
Take
see
care,
ya.
everybody.
Have a good one.
Was mostly fun. Yeah. Except for the downer.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Be a while before Lud gets in a car with Sparky driving again.
I think everyone will be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
not gonna happen ever. All right. See ya.
Yep.
All right. Be well.